What's up, everybody? Look at this. You, me. Wait, there's not a split.
Pi-
What?
Why
Oh
are
shit!
Why are you in Ohio?
Why are you here? What's going on, everybody? God, glad you guys can tune in. Look at this, man. Brunin's already in this thing.
Bruning,
Brunin is not fucking around.
let's go. We got Bruning live. Listen, the shit show unfortunately was a little late getting to the expo on Sunday. We were
Yeah.
gonna do some recording with Matt, but Matt, don't worry, man. We got collabs coming in the future with you, buddy.
Hell yes. We were actually just watching it, the live stream that y'all did,
Yep.
Matt, on the 85-inch monster. Is it 85?
85,
I don't
man.
want to sell you short if it's more.
Well, 85. That's all it is.
We're just watching on the 85-inch, just over there, just
Matt,
right
Matt,
before we came on.
Matt, you and Felix look good on the 85, man.
You guys look fresh. I don't. I look like I'm on a casting couch, about ready to
Dude,
take my clothes off.
listen, you might be.
Patty, man, glad you could tune in.
Patty.
Let's go. The fantasy draft room. I always love that name. Every time.
Fantasy draft room, man.
Monday.
Monday, MA.
That's awesome, man. Shorts is here. Shorts doesn't miss.
Shorts.
Shorts does not miss. Zach
We're
Wilson.
back, baby. El Gancito.
Shorts should almost change his picture from that Zach Wilson avatar to the new one with the X-ray of his knee.
Oh, dude. Shorts, you had to be sweating it, man. When we were sweating it the other night too.
Oh yeah, Jay. What's going on, Jay? Glad you could pop in, buddy. We get the fire. All right. What's the price difference between Kittle and Hawk? Got offered Hawk in a 23 second and 1 QB. Don't feel like it's enough. He's a contender.
No, I'm not doing that.
Kittle and Hawk, a 23 second and 1 QB is just kind of.
That's the thing that you're talking. I don't know if that's early or late, but mid to late 23 second, one quarterback. Like I'll just take Kittle, man. The difference for him in points per game, I think, is still quite a bit. If you watch the Noah Fant video I put out,
For sure.
like T.J. Hawkinson, listen, I love the talent, but gosh, man, a lot of target competition coming. Same quarterback as last year. I think Kittle over Hawk pretty easy for me here.
Man, and just kind of what the excitement is going to be for that offense, right? With Trey Lance versus busted ass Jimmy G.
Well, that's the thing. I want to see it because, like Jimmy G, it's not. I don't think it's going to get worse. And if Trey Lance ends up having Kittle as one of his favorites, fuck, man, he could take a nice step up.
All right, so if we're going to actually do it, though, we're going to make this trade in 1 QB, right? We want to make it work.
Mhm.
What do you need? First?
I would say yeah, but I don't know if they're going to end up doing that. In one quarterback, I'll take the first there. I don't know how many starters you have, but maybe a player that's actually going to get in my lineup potentially,
Yeah.
like a receiver, like wide receiver 2 type possibly or something like that. But this is too light in my opinion, especially being one quarterback.
I'd like to get something like a good piece. A good piece. Like,
Right.
Not just a draft pick, but let's go like.
Are you talking like a Terry McLaurin?
That'd be nice, but I don't think that'd happen. I'm thinking even crustier for us.
Okay.
Brandon Ayuk.
Oh well, yeah, I would take that too.
You're getting off one San Francisco piece, which you got a nice, like, hey, I want to see how this offense looks being a little bit more explosive.
Right.
And you're going to another one, like, I'm still going to lay the chips down. Just
Yep.
in a slightly different spot, right? Like, I'm going to, I'm going to put a little on red and a little on black.
I'm gonna mix diversify here a little bit. So yeah, I'm thinking so if you like Ayuk is that, gosh, he's almost a 9th round pick.
Yeah.
I would take that. I would take a Mooney type maybe too.
Elijah Moore?
Yep.
Smitty?
Those guys in that range, yeah.
I'd like to do that. Yeah, I think maybe you get it done for another player, maybe not the pick.
If you could. I mean, if you get a 23 first, that's fine too. I'd probably end up trying to move that pick if you're as a contender. But it's easier for you if you can get the player.
I like it. Yeah, but the base question, 23 second for that down tier and 1 QB.
No.
In Superflex, would you do that down tier for a 23 second? I still even think there.
Not as a contender. Like if I'm rebuilding, I can go to Hawk in a second. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm fucking off.
Yeah. No, not the Elijah Craig today.
Of course the mic's fucking up again.
Is it?
Yeah, we'll see. See if we can get this fucking thing worked out.
This
been
happened on
StreamYard for shit.
StreamYard last time.
It's been trash. I don't know what it is.
What do you think? Come back out?
We'd give it a shot here. All right. Is that any better?
Does that help at all? Anybody?
I don't know.
Talk to me. Does that help? Lots of stat. Yeah, we're trying to fix it, man. We're trying to fix it.
We only got one.
We only got one
We're
microphone.
sharing. We're sharing.
That could be part of the issue. Well,
All right. So we're good.
oh, we're
For
back.
now.
All right, we're good.
It may cut in and out, but we'll fucking figure it out, I guess.
All right, go back. Sorry about the static, y'all.
Yeah, we don't record together often.
Yep, it's not built for this.
All right, where the fuck did I leave off here? Adam, Elijah Craig.
I'm not on the Elijah Craig. You know what it is. We got Sazerac until we run out. We drank a lot of this over the time at the Expo, and then we're going to Basil Hayden's, which Maddie from Boston got for us. So I got Mike to try a little bit of bourbon for the first time in a long time.
Dope. I did. I actually had an old fashioned last night.
Yeah, man, I made him one.
I felt fancy. I'm out here with the Adam's wife put me on to the fact they make my sparkling ice in the giant bottles. If you can't tell, so we're drinking UV Blue by the gallon, boys.
She said if you're gonna go live, you got to get the bigger bottle.
Yeah. Cody said he came on the personal account. You can stay on that.
Hey, whichever one you want, man. We're
Do
good.
your thing, girl. And Shorts was panicking. Zach Wilson.
I would be too. We were both panicking.
All right, Jay Scott. After preseason week 1, what are some of the players you're trying to cash in on? This is the tough thing because we've been at the fucking Expo all weekend. We've been with our dudes and partying, so like we've had conversations about it. But I will say for me, like I am not caught up as I'd like to be, just because like hey, we're going places at night. We're going to the parties. We're hanging out with people. We're with our dudes at the house. So
Caught up a little today, but yeah, I didn't see as much live as probably we wanted to.
all I know is Kenny Pickett's the man.
I'll tell you who I would say. And Mike and I had disagreements on the prospect of this person, but if there's someone that's a real active degenerate type that really cares a lot about week 1, if you can move Jerome forward for any type of real asset, I'm probably doing that.
Yeah, I did that too. Ty Chandler,
Yeah.
same kind of principle.
Yep.
I think that fits. I'm about to counter Diggs and Hawk for Judy and Kittle.
So you get the up tier from Judy to Diggs. Is that enough for you to go to Kittle?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too.
I think so.
I think by quite a bit because I don't know. I'm not in on Judy, but that's just me.
All right, now we got like 40 things about static, so we'll skip through them. Sorry, we're good again though.
But
Sounds
we're
fun.
good now, right?
Yeah, we're good now.
All right.
Judging by that Saz stash, aren't you running out anytime soon?
El Gancito, yes.
You aren't running out.
Defined soon though. I got a full case when Mike got here, but you'll be surprised how quick we run out of it. I'm sure.
And is he taking a shot at me for my UV? Is that what's happening here?
Listen, so Shorts, when he first got here, the very first day, all right, he's sitting in a chair here. I'm over on the couch over there watching the screen. I got literally a bottle of Sazerac. I'm pouring it in. So I'm like this, all right. I'm pouring it into the cup like this. Mike goes, here, try this. He just mixed up that UV concoction, throws it at me. So I'm all stuck. I just have to pick my arm up like this, drop it down, spill Sazerac. But I tasted it. It's literally like drinking liquid cotton candy. Now, it's dangerous because you don't even feel like you're drinking alcohol. So I can see why there's sometimes, man, Mike and I are going all night doing a bunch of shows, and he hits me up the next day. Fuck, man, I'm hurting. So that thing's dangerous. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, man. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's a good story.
All right, what we got? 23 first for George Pickens.
I'm probably, dude, that's a tough one now. I've been very high on Pickens. It seems like the community's starting to come around because he's got that dog in him. But
He laid that man out. So one of the few things that I saw from the preseason was that coming off the line and just
that, hey, Gene and Ike, if you're not in here now, you need to get that on your show because that's how you go off the line.
that's how you get off the line.
But that's a close one, man. Listen, if you think it's from a team that's gonna likely be late, I might actually be cool holding. But if it's more like a mid, like looking like a mid to early pick, I'm definitely taking the first.
Give me the 23 first. I hate to say it too.
Even if you think it's gonna be late.
Even if I thought it was going to be late,
Okay.
I think.
All right.
I think that's kind of like my cutoff where I'm at. If it's a running back, Gibson, Akers, like the shit that's been dunked on that we talked about, I'm kind of in.
Yeah.
Wide receivers, just as much as I love GP, man.
Sure. Well, I mean, if I think it's gonna be late, like 111, 112, like I can make the case for holding. But yeah, the other thing is you can move it even a late 23 first based on the name probably for more.
I don't hate it though. It's not like it's egregious.
The other thing though, Mike, is he's been putting up numbers like this would be my only caveat for even the late one is that like at Pickens, you know what can happen, Mike, is he's been all stock up.
Yeah.
If whether it's Mitch or you know
Might go even higher.
our boy freaking Pickett, who everyone's dunking on right now. If Pickens has a nice week 1 or 2, fuck man, who knows what you're gonna move him for? So
That's true.
the late one, I can see just holding Pickens, but if it's gonna be like a mid or anything earlier, like just smash the pick.
I get it. Jay's on Pickens. He's with Pickens with you. So
Yeah,
I get it. I get
for
it.
For the very late one, I think you're gonna end up getting a receiver anyway. So
Who's gonna tell Mike there's no job?
y'all made him fall out of the couch.
Bro.
That was fucking awesome. God.
Wait.
All right. Well, oh man, let me stop, man. I'm not gonna keep going into this because we're on live. God damn, that was fucking hilarious.
You telling me I don't get a job after this?
When you get home, when I get him back to Iowa, I'm gonna call him, tell him there's no job.
To deflect some of that Gibson hatred for me, the fumble, the no third downs, the B-Rob getting the score, helped me feel happy with all my shares because it was a rough weekend. Wasn't great, right?
It wasn't great.
Still here though. I'm still here.
Talk to us, Mike. This was one of the things we did talk about over at the shit manor, whatever you want to call it.
Hey, Ike said it the best on Twitter. It's preseason week 1. We don't panic around here.
Well, I don't think you should panic, but noise in the streets, value. I told Mike this at the shit manor. I'll tell you what I would say, Castle Black. Right now, because the panic's so crazy, what I would be doing, if you actually have any B-Rob, is seeing if you could trade him for Antonio Gibson plus, because motherfuckers is nuts.
It seems like it's shifted, right?
I wouldn't. I mean, you're probably not actually getting that done, but that's how the values feel like right now. Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, Gibson's horrible. He stinks."
But they're nuts on the fire, right? Send it to them. You talk all that trash. Let's find out.
Or at least straight up, watch somebody make a straight. I bet you you'll see a deal at some point in somebody's league, a straight up trade B-Rob for Gibson after this week.
I know me. Like I'm gonna go out this week and send offers. We're gonna be sending offers. I might end up with 80%, 90% shares.
I mean, I have a lot. I know I don't have as many as Mike, but Mike's gonna have to look through and find the 5 leagues he doesn't have him in and see what he can get done.
Like, where's he at? Hopefully they don't listen to my shit.
Well, hopefully he's not on ATM's roster in those leagues.
You find me some like Antonio Gibson hate videos on YouTube so I can share them right before I send the offer. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Panic. He's over. Nick.
What up, Nick?
What's going on, man? Glad you can make it. Chemical Toilet. I like it when they put the Discord name in.
Me too. And we got the giveaway going, right? So I'm getting to put names to each every one.
Oh yeah. Used to drink the green with Mountain Dew back in college. Can't do that to myself nowadays. He's too fancy. I'm basic. I'm
Mike,
basic.
Listen, Mike likes what he likes. All right.
I like what I like. It's easy, hey, but you're sophisticating me, right? I sipped a nice whiskey. What was that, Saturday night? A nice bourbon, a rye, Sazerac, I think it was.
Sunday night at the Shit Manor, we got you to take some rye, and then last night,
yeah,
he was going with some of the. I'm sorry, Saturday night and Sunday. Saturday night he did this.
Yeah, it feels weird because this is a Monday night AM.
Yeah,
so
my
Saturday
bad.
night.
Saturday night he had a sip of the Sazerac rye. Then yesterday I made him an old fashioned here. We're getting him off that bad bachelor party that ruined the whiskey for him.
Our boy T-Rock, he helped me too. Like smell it.
Yeah.
Open my mouth, smell it, little sip. Clean the palate. The whole fucking works. He was guiding me through it. So, hey, shout out if you guys see T-Rock in the Discord. Bip Scalus is his actual name. For those of you OGs, you know him as T-Rock, but that man's a G. He is a G. He stayed behind an extra day so he could pick up a few guys who missed their flight and drive them up from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Which was incredible. And don't even get me fucking started on the carnitas that he made on Saturday.
Listen, it was a fun trip, a lot of highlights, but certainly in the the top highlights. He'd been prepping these carnitas for days and hyping them up to everybody. No fear. Hyping them up to Ray,
Yeah.
to every person that he could get to listen. I'm like, this man's setting himself up for failure. T-Rock, congrats. Those were the best carnitas I've ever had.
He did not disappoint, man. I thought he was. You're right. Like he was hyping him up to levels that I was like bound to disappoint.
You can't live up to this expectations he was setting, but he still did.
Brian Robinson ? Cash in on the early hype or wait
Man.
and see. What would you be looking
Why
to
did
get
we
in
not
return?
say this one initially? Yeah, cash in on Jerome Ford and the guy, but yeah, B-Rob I think is a great cash in candidate. What am I looking to get in return? What do you think, Mike? I think you were getting him in. What was his ADP? Actually, let me pull it up.
Late second.
Yeah, I was gonna say late second, third round, maybe somewhere. Yeah, so
You run the mouse. My fingers are too fat.
that's all right, buddy. Let's take a peek here. So we go ADP rookies. Yeah, B-Rob actually is basically the 212. So
Late second, early third.
here's the thing though, like if you're going futures, I need it to be some shitty ass team to take a second.
Really?
Just based on hype. Like I think you could probably trade him to someone for a real asset right now.
Could you get?
Don't you think so?
Could you get? I'm just spitballing.
I mean, I would take a 23 second a reroll, but I think with hype you can get more.
Well, good looking out there, man. Cody's out. Look it up for us.
What
I
do we
don't
got?
know why this does it, but the static came back.
Okay.
So we'll see if we can't get it off.
How about now? How about now? It's something with the StreamYard and us being together. I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but
Can you hear us now? Is it staticky?
late second, where he is now, mid to early 23 second. Like if you can kind of reasonably project that, or would you just take a random 23 second and a random 23 third?
That's what I'm saying. I would need a plus there. I think if I'm not getting an early 23 second, I think I can probably just re-roll into a player from somebody because there's just too much hype. Back to good. All right. Yeah.
We're just gonna struggle through
every
it
time.
and
Every time you
click it.
hear us get staticky, we'll go back and refresh this echo cancellation. So
I
let us
don't know
know.
what the fuck it is, but
Thanks, though.
we'll get it figured out eventually when I get home. But yeah, I think like you give me a second and a third and 23, I'm out. I'll just cash my chips now.
Second and a third, I would say an early 23 second. I'm trying to think of player range that's a reasonable target. Mike, what do you think, man?
Could you get like Kenny Gainwell in a pick of some sort for him?
I think you could. Is there like where was he in ADP? Okay, 13, 12. I never drafted him, so in startup, so 13, 12. Mike, do you think you can get up to like you think there's a chance you might get like a Claypool or a Spiller?
I think you might at this point.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially like some of the shit I saw. I know Ray had some good stuff on Spiller.
Yeah,
Nice thread about him.
Right.
Which coincidentally Isaiah Spiller liked, which was insane. Like that's kind of cool. That was
Isaiah
really
Spiller's
cool.
mom came on his morning show too. Isaiah Spiller's in on the Ray G show.
I think, man, if I could get Isaiah Spiller straight up for him, I'd do it.
I think
heartbeat. I'm not even
and because it was
questioning it.
and because Spiller didn't look supposedly explosive.
Yeah.
And B-Rob got the touchdown, Gibson fumbled. I think that's a pivot you could make for sure. I think that I'm someone in that range. Claypool, if you're looking for a player, Claypool, Spiller. There's not a lot else in that range I really want.
Not a lot that gets you excited.
A
there,
Tony type, a Dotson type maybe. Something like that I'm doing. Otherwise, I'd want an early 23 second or like Mike said, a 23 second and 23 third.
But like I'm a
randoms.
contender, man. Would you rather have B-Rob or Alan Lazard? Let's get out of the running back.
Alan Lazard.
B-Rob or Tyler Boyd?
Best ball Boyd lineup. I don't think I really want Boyd all that much unless it's like a big starting lineup.
That's fair. That's fair. I just finding out where the cutoff was.
Yeah.
Dr. B. Harris got offered a late 23 first, a late 24 first, and Gibson
What the bro? That's a smash.
for his ETN.
There's no
Bye, ETN.
listen. There's no job for ETN either. That he's off. He's off the squad easily.
See ya. All right, Deontay there for 2 years. Claypool's still around. Love GP, but consistent opportunities will be tough.
Probably true, but I'll say this: that's what everyone has been saying all along, and it looks like he's running with the ones. I agree in theory here, but I think Pickens arguably is the most talented of all the guys too.
Yeah. Yep. Man, what would you say though? Like,
But I'm with you. I'm with you in theory, though, Chase. I am.
so just follow me on some like bullshit hypothetical.
All right, talk to me. Talk to
Right?
the people.
Talk to the people. We'll talk to the people. Claypool gets traded this preseason,
Oh my god.
and GP keeps playing and putting up what he's been doing. And Claypool goes. Like GP keeps going higher and higher and higher, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a spot where he. I mean, he's. I think honestly, like this might seem crazy to some, but I think he gets in that Hollywood, Burks range in that if that scenario goes.
It's a realistic possibility.
And I think that's probably being still like not insane. He could go higher than that.
I don't know if they do it.
Look at Jerry Jeudy where he's going after doing nothing for 2 years.
I don't know if they do it. I don't know if they trade him, right? Because you got him on a rookie deal.
Yep.
You're not paying him anything.
Yep.
Like, what's the incentive to trade him? But maybe a team like Chicago gets desperate and, sends a second,
We need something for
Or
Fields to
first.
throw to, right?
couple seconds, whatever. I don't know. Just a thought.
That static gone now? We're good?
Hopefully. We'll try to keep up on it. I try to send Pickens for every first available in the league, and I have him, and it's 6 declines and 4 pendings. So people they just talking that
They're not
shit right
there.
now.
They're not there yet. Well, even 4 pendings is like, oh man, I want to do it, but their love for 23 is fighting them. Check back in with us, Fantasy Draft Room. I want to know what happens here.
I want to see what happens with that too. Gibson owner panicking. One of the leagues I traded him for. Now he wants my B-Rob. There we go. There's the man.
Straight up. And honestly, like, you might be able to get something dirt cheap added on, which is hysterical.
I'd be like, I'll take Gibson back for you. You take my B-Rob and see if you can make the swap. He probably ain't going to do it. He probably wants to be a dumbass and handcuff.
Oh. I want to know, Nick, Chemical Toilet. Like, what do you think here with the owner? Is he wanting B-Rob as the handcuff? Like Gibson's just sucking, or what do we know?
So I had a trade earlier too, where it's I got offered Jaysean Corbin for my Kyron Williams.
You were telling me that in the car on
Yeah.
the way home from the grocery store. Yeah.
But that was like the first. Well, I saw you had Barkley, so I figured you wanted the handcuff. Like, nah, actually, it's actually negative.
You need to hit him. You need to hit people with a YouTube channel, man.
Nah.
Like we.
I don't know if you know me. I don't handcuff
We haven't handcuffed for a
on
while.
purpose.
Well, not on here. I'm not going to talk about that. Go. Let's move forward.
What kind of handcuffs?
Yeah, stop, man. let me stop, man.
What would the plus you'd be looking with Gibby? So if I was sending B-Rob, I'd do it straight up. But
Listen, the plus is more of a joke.
fab,
Anything, $1, a fourth,
just so I could say I got a plus with Gibby.
just because there's someone out there that might do it. I'm doing it straight up. If there's a plus of any type, I don't even care what it is.
Skip down to it, but he's trying to handcuff like a dumbass.
Oh well, then fuck
So
it.
he wants
well,
B-Rob.
then light his ass on fire. Get a second.
2 seconds.
Try to get 2 seconds. Yeah.
23 and 24. Hit me up, bro.
And then he'll think, oh my gosh, I'm safe. I have the backfield.
I'll take it. My Dragon's Milk Bourbon is getting it done for me today.
I love what I'm hearing.
What is Dragon's timeout? What is Dragon's Milk Bourbon?
Let's a chemical toilet, man. Talk to him about Dragon's Milk Bourbon.
I'm interested. It sounds pretty sweet though, like Dragon's Milk Bourbon. All right, Mac Jones or Bateman, 12-team Superflex. Mac Jones. No.
It's Mac still.
Oh, I hate that you boss so much.
It's
It
Mac,
hurts
but
my
I need to
goddamn
make
soul.
sure this is said. It's Mac. All right.
Oh no.
He doesn't have enough of this right here.
Fucking-
It's Mac, but I'll say this though: if it's a small starters lineup league, like
you made me kill that.
Listen, now you guys are gonna get him drinking bourbon on here now.
Oh
There's no
my
UV.
god.
So hold on, real quick. A small starting lineup league. Mac Jones is just not a difference maker at the position, right? So, like, if it's basically start 11 or higher and start, a best ball, like Mac Jones, I want a lot of shares of him there. if it's a small starting lineup league, like I'm looking to pivot off of him to a different quarterback. But even still, just generically, I want Mac Jones over Bateman. So I'm thinking about it from like the small lineup. If there's any caveat, it's still Mac Jones over Bateman though. Yes,
It hurts my soul.
hey, listen, man. You know what? I had to think and make sure I'm telling the people the truth because Mike has him going in the second round this time. So
Why you lying?
I'm kidding.
Why
Come
you
on.
lying?
Why are you lying to these people? No, he Mac Jones fan still, but I just don't think on lineup it's gonna work.
God damn it! I did it again.
Fat fingers at the connection between y'all is too strong. Yeah, Jay, listen, man. The in person stuff.
Oh,
Fat thing.
we
I'm over
fucking
here.
this up, man.
This live stream is getting off the rails. We blew the screen up, and my bad. Hopefully everybody's still stuck around.
this is
All right, are you selling Damian? Who are you selling Davian Pierce for? Same as B Rob. What do you think, Mike?
Damian Pierce. Man, I'd actually like Damian Pierce more. To be honest.
Do you?
To be honest,
All
I
right.
like Damian Pierce more. You out me here making me chug fucking vodka. I'm all fucked up. We blowing the screen up. I got it. I got you.
All right.
I got you, bro.
Yeah, let's do it.
I
Go ahead.
got you. We'll fight through this.
Hey, listen, you got it. You got it.
I like Damian Pierce more, and I think he has a better opportunity, right? Because Damian Pierce doesn't have an Antonio Gibson on his team. Period.
I like Damian Pierce over B Rob pretty easily. I think that's a pretty damn good pivot, honestly, if you could do it. But I think people are getting pretty high on Pierce, too, knowing what we have seen already from him. And there's no competition in that backfield.
What would you say? 2?
What was that?
2 seconds for Pierce?
Yeah.
Actually, man, Ray talked about this. I remember telling Ray, like when Elijah Mitchell started to become a thing, sell for any second.
And then you found out it was really sell for any first.
And then it became sell for any first.
Right, but
So-
what if okay, but Pierce also isn't in the Shanahan offense, right? Like
Correct, but he even has like a better path to being the guy. You know what I mean? Like
he totally does.
we know San Francisco's history of just cycling through fucking guys,
Correct.
right? Just
Yep.
over and over and over and over again and being injured and doing all that bullshit. Man, to me, Pierce feels like the guy that I kind of want to hold and ride out.
I mean,
Like man, if I could get somewhere close to a first value,
Listen,
in
I've also-
players or picks,
I've seen him. I traded out of the 109 in a
Him go in the first round.
a decent buy-in league with Nick Ercolano's in that league, and I'm trading back because I'm like, I want to take Dotson here, and I bet you I can get him later. So I traded back like 3-4 spots. They traded up 109 for Damian Pierce. I think his value's only higher at this point. So I don't know. The 23's got so much hype. Like I don't know if you're really getting a first. I would maybe try to get a first or a player in that range, but I think I'd still probably pivot out for 2 seconds if I could.
all right, that's fair enough. I think he. I'm probably gonna look back at it and go like, if somebody offered me 2 seconds today, and I'm like, nah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'll probably look back at it and be like the Tyson Williams bullshit,
Because,
the Tony Jones thing. Like, fuck, should have just done it.
The thing is, too, with Damian Pierce, right? This offense is going to not be very good. I don't know how good their line is. I don't like with Elijah Mitchell. It's like, okay, we see him putting on huge games, huge numbers, touchdown opportunities. I don't know if Damian Pierce has a touchdown upside. I don't know if he's going to even if he gets a bunch of work, like how good he's going to be. So for me, I think 2 seconds is probably the right range, but you might be able to get more.
So this is the question that broke us, right? The connection between y'all is too strong. It's weird that two dudes who just met on the fucking internet, right? Just grew. Like, it's strange to explain to people, but it's just
Hey, if you guys think, listen,
we ain't the same, but we're the same in a lot of things, and we have similar interests, right?
Yeah.
Like you're a tall dude, and you can see I'm the fat guy sitting on the casting couch.
it's a
right.
good look. That couch is.
You're a much better athlete. We found that out when we went to the hoops court. You still out there dunking me
That was
like
fun.
I feel like I blew out my PCL running a post fade last night.
I threw it down on the Hall of Fame goal, man. Had to get that over real quick. But this is if you think this connection in here is strong, which it is, you should have seen, man, when we were out in person, and they're like, man, what is up with who are these two guys? And
Who's
then
these
they start
clowns?
talking with us, and we're having fun. This whole trip was a blast, man, a serious blast.
Listen,
Hey, Nate,
our man Nate Liss is in the building.
Nate Liss.
Nate, we cannot pump this man up enough to. If y'all ain't checked out Nate's content on his YouTube page, get your ass over there. Go check it out. This is the man I aspire to be one day. It's the man I aspire
The
to
man,
be.
the
one
myth,
day.
the legend. Nate, we're getting you to Canton next year, man.
Oh, it's crazy. It is absolutely
Nate,
crazy.
don't lace up, man. We don't need anybody else getting hurt.
All right. Send B Rob in a fourth for Spiller. Smash, send it.
Yeah, well, I don't
Yeah,
care
you
about
can
the fourth.
you can take my fourth. Take all my fourths.
I'm good. I'll take Spill over here.
All right, just made this deal. Lineup 12 team Superflex, start 10, gave DJ Moore, Zamir White 23 second, got GP 23 first, rebuilding. Gives me 23 first. This is a man after your heart, bro.
Wow,
Six.
I love the pick horde here. So we're going. Run that back. We got
So we got,
Give-
he sent away DJ
DJ
Moore,
Moore, Zamir White,
Zamir White.
23 second.
Yep.
He's getting Pickens in a 23 first.
So DJ Moore down to GP and a 23 first. At this point, like with the value rise of GP, feels like reasonable.
Yeah, there's a 23 second going on the other side too.
And Zamir White. But does the leverage of the extra, the
I think-
23 first, do it for you?
I think this is where if you look at a deal straight up, I'm like, I might have wanted a little more on that picking side, but if I know that you have the leverage that you have, the dynasty leverage coming with those picks, I think I can definitely get behind what you're doing here because receivers are replaceable. As much as I love DJ Moore, if George Pickens becomes a thing, you're gonna love having the 23 first over Zamir White in the second.
For sure. I'm with you on that one too.
Yep.
I think it's the leverage play. It's the hashtag Scott Connor approach, the
Yeah.
hashtag dynasty leverage.
Dynasty leverage.
I just love using that. And I love fucking promoting Scott too. That was our biggest regret from the Expo.
We
is
missed
that
him by 45 minutes.
we're fucking alcoholics and can't wake up before 11. The Expo starts at 10. Our bad. Next year we'll get our shit together.
Next year we're gonna have a booth, so we have to get there.
All right, so Dragon Milk, right? Dragon's Milk bourbon. Don't let me fuck this up. It's bourbon that was aged in a bourbon barrel that had aged a bourbon barrel aged stout, super smooth.
It's really good, man.
All right, now we need to get blackout drunk. This is what Jay's saying.
Well, that was it probably be tonight too, but that was like all weekend. So
Now they just went Sopranos. This is when we fucking. I got fat fingers, man. We got audio difficulties that I'm fighting here. We got being together on the casting couch. So
hey, Nate says he's coming, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Nate, we got shirts and quarter zips coming to you too.
oh man, we definitely need it. Nate
I already
Liss
got
up
his
there.
address. I just got to send him out.
Nate Liss at the Expo.
Nate's coming to the expo. We're gonna have everybody at the expo.
I'm ready.
It was cool to also connect with all the people there, man. Like getting to
There
meet
was
people
so
you've seen
many.
over camera and
Yes.
like they're good people, but everybody too was so cool and
Yeah.
getting to connect and network and possibly collab with other people, man. It's cool to see that community really doesn't have, at least from I've seen, an asshole in it. Everybody's so cool and down to earth.
No, and everybody seems really welcoming. Like they come up and they'll shake your hand, they introduce
Yeah.
yourself. Hey, where you from? You could tell the ones that surprised me is like, oh yeah, I've listened to your stuff. You guys did this and this and this, and like they're telling me the shit we did. And I'm like, no way, you know who the hell we are, but they really do, and it's crazy the amount of people that were there that we ran into. I think somebody had said a number of like 700 people, but I feel like I shook over 700 people's fucking hands just by myself, and I didn't think I touched half of them. So the best part for me, Wednesday night, showed up at the airport, gave you a big hug, getting to meet you, coming to your crib, hanging out. And then when we picked Ray and the whole crew up at the airport the following day
Yeah.
and getting to hang out with them and see him and Jay Rich meet for the first time
Yep.
was amazing. Then we go to the expo and like I'm meeting all these people that I follow in person and shaking their hand and talking, chopping it up with them was awesome. And then shit, man, we went to the expo and we're like finding out new stuff. Like we're starting to get into, maybe an IDP league or here, here or there, right? We're at the IDP guys booth.
Let's just say of the booths, we stopped by the IDP one for a decent amount of time just because we're like, yeah, this is one thing in Dynasty we have no idea on. Patrons ask us, and we're like, listen, we're not your IDP guys, so we need to learn.
It was incredible. And then the all 22 guys.
Yeah, man. Hey, stay on to
We got something coming,
the shit show. If you're a patron, we have a shit show live after this. We'll be doing, and we got some exciting stuff coming.
So, I'm not gonna get too much into it till we finalize and I get all the info that we need to do it. But
Yep.
if y'all ever play Madden and you're like me or like Adam, like a lot of people, you play franchise mode and you maybe only play like 1 or 2 games a year, right? You're just there for the team building, the roster construction. I think that's why Dynasty is such a damn draw for us. They're doing the whole thing, man. 22 players. You have 53-man rosters, offensive linemen, defensive linemen, punters, kickers, and they're not going by stats. They're going by PFF grades, so that's how you get it. But you basically do dynasty leagues, man, with like NFL football.
Literally, the best way, and one of the guys told me this after he told me that he'd watched us through Ray stuff, and I'm like, wait, really? And then he was saying how, listen, if you like Madden and you like Madden franchise and you like Dynasty, I want you to think about if Madden franchise and Dynasty football came together and made a baby. That's what we're talking about here. So I'm excited to see how it works out, man. This is the first year they're releasing it to the public. Working on it for 7 years. Last year was a beta year. This is the first year it's going public, and shit show's going to be having something to do with it. So
Dr. B, they cut out as soon as they started talking about strong connections. It would have been strong, but I don't know how many of y'all got fucking Apple mice, whatever it is.
Yeah, the Magic Mouse and Mike are not really feeling each other.
I'm a simple girl. I like simple things like UV blue.
Mike's not down for the Magic Tro.
All right. This was called a pretty fair trade by an unnamed reputable analyst. Pitts, Gallup, 23 first, 24 first for Dobbins, Pierce, Wandale, 23 first. 10-team, single quarterback.
Bro, what?
Pitts, Gallup, 23 and 24 first. And they got back Dobbins, Pierce, Wandale, and a 23 first.
Well, explain it to me because way I look at it is Pitts.
Fuck?
When I look at this initially, I go Pitts over Dobbins by quite a bit. I see 23 first canceling out. I see 24 first and Gallup for Wandale and Pierce. Like, dude, I don't know who this.
I'm not gonna drag him.
No, I don't know who it is. But it's not me either. So that's not how I would view this trade. I want one side pretty easily there,
bro. And we're Dobbins fans. Think about that.
Well, I just don't see like I don't see an asset on the other side that even you can say, all right, that makes sense for Pitts. And then like the rest of it's close enough to where I'm like, what are we doing? Yeah, man, the unicorn. Yeah, I know you probably can't see much of it because we got the shit overlay.
Big ass heads.
Yeah.
Who's someone you guys met at the expo that you'd like to have on the show? Jeez, man, the list would be massive. I will say this: I met.
Who are you thinking? Talk to me.
I met Mike Falia. I'm butchering his last name. I guarantee it. Mike Falia. I'm sorry if I'm butchering, Mike. If you listen to this by happenstance,
he was cool.
Daddy's home. I'm just gonna call him.
We met him that first night. Yeah,
I had a long conversation with him. Really cool guy.
Yeah.
Be on there. The guys from Fantasy Gods.
Oh yeah.
Like to have those guys on.
There's a lot of answers for sure.
And the Dynasty Rewind crew. I got to have you were out getting stuff at the party on Saturday night. I had a really long conversation with Philip from Dynasty Rewind.
Yeah.
Really cool guy. Love to do some stuff with him in the future. Absolutely be thrilled to be able to do some stuff with him. So as far as like people that I actually met at the expo, those were some that stuck out to me that I was like, I had some really good conversations with them. Like I'd like to hook up in the future.
For sure. I think for me, like I knew him before this, but I've been talking with him more and getting to know him more and Ray's Discord. And for me, it's going to be Matt Bruning and a lot of the guys at Campus to Canton, like Felix and everybody. That whole crew from Campus to Canton.
Incredible.
Like getting to know them better. Also, Mike and I did a C2C league together as co-managers. Now we're doing our own. And I don't know. I really like what they have going. The campus to Canton format, being able to score points on the college side.
Yeah.
And then also like I don't know, we really kind of hit it off and had a good time this weekend at the Expo, getting to meet them. So I want to have a lot of those guys on the show too.
The C2C thing you brought up was incredible too because we're doing one with our patrons, right? We're doing a league.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I admittedly have no fucking idea about trade values between college side and NFL side, but the way our brains work, we're always trying to push the fucking envelope and find where that boundary limit is and like where the smart thing is. So
I might
being
have
able
asked,
to be like, hey, would you trade your first 3 NFL startup picks for the first 8
but
on the college side and get opinions?
I was asking Matt some questions, and Mike and I are trying to get crazy and make some trade that no one else would make. And I'm like, hey Matt, what do you think this is? Like, if I'm sending 3 picks away in the NFL side, like, what do you think it's going to be worth? He's like, man, that's a good question. I know that really means like I don't think I've ever been asked this question before. So yeah, those are good guys though. I want to have them on the show.
And Jay's jokey, low key jealous of our relationship. He always wants to find somebody who
Hey,
looks at him the way I look at you, I guess.
yeah, I mean Jay, listen, I don't blame you. Jay, you need to come to the Expo next year, man. I'm telling you, it was a blast. We had a lot of fun.
What Jay does not realize though is that the shit B&B,
The shit B&B.
the place isn't shit, but that's just what we were calling it. The place is actually fucking incredibly beautiful.
Yeah.
Well placed. But we pushed the beds together, and I was a big spoon every night. So
Man,
just saying.
just know that none of this is true except for the shit. B&B wasn't shit.
We got Instagram dogs in the building, and yeah, we'd love to have you out, man. Next year.
If you're a part of the if you're tuning into our stuff, you're patrons with Ray, whatever, like we want everybody coming next year, man. I'm telling you, you will not regret going. That was a lot of, I was expecting like kind of high expectations, looking forward to everything, but that was a blast, man.
It was incredible. Ricardo's all for IDP.
Look at Ricardo,
Yes,
man.
right.
Everybody's like, yeah, let us get him into IDP.
He hits us with the join us.
Yeah. We're late to the party, man.
As Jay said, the dark side.
Oh, gosh.
I'd like to get more into it. That as long as well as C2C.
Yeah.
Like those are really things that have stopped going here. So
Yeah,
and
man.
yes, Ross. Nate is in the building. Make sure you check him out. I can't sing the man's praises enough. Like I'm sitting there waiting for the next Nate list drop on YouTube. Like
Yeah. It's one of those like it hits the the phone notification. Oh shit.
yeah, and then I sneak off from my work bathroom. Like I gotta go. I gotta got one in the chamber.
I need a 10 to 12 minute break.
I got one in the chamber. That's all I did in Madden was rebuild shitty teams.
There you
and
go.
franchise. Yes.
You're gonna love. I think you're really gonna like this.
Yeah. Ricardo says we're gonna love it, so I'm excited for it.
Ricardo knows already. Damn.
And Bruning, hey, we already got a third member of our first all 22.
Listen, we're gonna have collabs going. Matt, Mike, and I were kicking it at Tom Benson Stadium, Hall of Fame Stadium, man.
Hell yes. Any interesting strategies for my upcoming dynasty startup? 12-man, 1.5 point tight end premium, start 11. We kind of get these questions a lot. Like, what would you do? It's so tough to say, man, because Adam, we really subscribe to the old school Mike Lou, be water, right? I want to see what everybody else is kind of doing and get a feel, and then I'll adjust and see what I want to do. But I'm not above like making those weird trades right off the fucking jump.
No.
If you can get like I can trade up and I know I can get 2 top 5 quarterbacks in a superflex startup,
Right.
and it doesn't cost me shit to do it,
Yeah.
I'll jump at it. And I'll kind of like set the example that I'm going to push my chips in right away. But for the most part, man, sometimes it's hard to get those deals done reasonably. So
Right.
I just kind of sit back and see how the draft falls to me, and then I make my decision from there.
I would say this a lot of times, just based on a standard draft, Adam. It tends to be more often than not you're gonna get better value going tearing down and getting futures or whatever like in a perfect world. But I'd say this: I have been in so many startups now because Mike, the guy I have a strong connection with, is basically trying to get me in a startup every third day. So what I found is they're all very different. We have some podcasts on this too if you want like really detailed information on some of them. But I would say this: the best thing you can do is actually not go in with a specific strategy in mind that you're trying to force, because what can happen is maybe for whatever reason in that draft with those people, you're trying to tear down and everybody else is trying to tear down. So then all of a sudden you're now taking a deal that is trying to tear down, but you're losing value, right? And
Yep.
ultimately, if you're flexible going in and you don't say like, "This is what I'm going to do in this draft," and you are reading what the board and people are coming to you with deals, or you're going to them and finding what their values are, the best thing I think you can do is understand values in players and ADPs and values of rookie picks, the totality of all of that, and then see, all right, in this draft, man, maybe I can move up. Maybe it's one of those where I can move up cheaply, or it's one of those where everybody wants to move up because the season's right along. But ultimately, what your move should be is a lot of times based on what the hell your league mates are doing, and that's hard to really put into a box. You can't really say what 11 other people are going to do until you get in a draft with them.
I'm 100% with you on that, man. And you've seen it, like we do a fuck ton of leagues together, right? And you and I operate from the same strategy pools of like what we like to do and the players we like to do.
Yeah,
And we generally wait and see what the other guy does. Like if you pick before me or make a trade before me, like I kind of get a sense of what you're trying to do.
right.
And if you're going to try to go for it, I don't really want to chase you, man. Like I will explore and see if I can get a better deal than you,
Right.
and like maybe go for the all-in team
As you should.
in a better way than you can. But in general, like if I see you do it and I really can't get that done, I'm not chasing and like taking 90% of what you got. Because why?
Right.
Like let me go punt this motherfucker to the moon, and I'll go the opposite way. And I've seen you do the same thing. Like once I make my decision or I make a deal, you're like, nah, fuck this, I'm out. Like I'm going productive struggle. Then I'm not chasing Mike.
I'm gonna let someone else contend. Yeah, I would just say be flexible, man. I know that's probably not the answer you were looking for, but I think that's the answer you need to hear. And then I would say if you really want some detailed stuff on like startups and strategies and how we play it, we have some podcasts on Destination Devi Radio, 4D Chess podcast that you should check out because there's at least a few where we get into startup boards of our own and startup strategies that I think will help you in this dynasty startup you have coming up.
That's also something too. Like one of the good things about our Patreon and being in our Discord is the fact that you got instant access. So you can ask us, and whether we can get to the question immediately and answer it or not, you got all these people in here to be like, "Here, here's the draft board.
Yeah.
I'm on the clock. Like, what are you guys doing here?" And you can get a feel. Like you don't have to listen to them, but at least it'll give you an idea. Or maybe somebody be like, "Oh, I kind of see that. Only two teams have actually two quarterbacks and everybody else is fucked, and we're down to like the last, like four good ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe you go with the QB horde."
Well, it's funny because Adam literally, I'm seeing down here if you go over there, Superflex, by the way.
Yeah.
That was another thing. Like sometimes, man, that if you can't even make deals, the draft will fall in a certain way, and it's like, oh, these dudes aren't really Superflex guys. Well, they're gonna have to feel me. I'm gonna take quarterback after quarterback. The McNutted approach, we'll call it.
Hey, I'm happy most of the people in here were on the pit side of that deal. It's like
Whether you're new to the show or not, that is Pitt's pretty
fair. Pretty fair. Couldn't believe the buffoonery I was seeing. Hey, man, everybody dynasty is a little bit different. I get it. But like to me when I look at it, I'm like, I don't know. I think we'd have a nice long discussion about why I'm on the pit side of that deal.
What's funny though, Mike, is we were talking about this. I'm not gonna name and shame. I don't like doing that really, but
Now, everybody's got their own
we were
opinion.
talking about at the
Everybody does
Expo.
content,
There was a
yeah.
bigger name, and we didn't get to meet him, but we saw he was there. We didn't get a chance to actually shake hands and talk to him, but bigger name in the industry. And I was like, okay, saw him there. I was looking at his stuff this morning, just on Twitter, and I saw he had this little video on players to avoid, and I'm like, man, this is the South Harmon drag session because we got
It's like
Antonio Gibson, followed by Cam Akers, followed by Kyle Pitts, and I'm like, I can kind of see Akers and Gibson because that's where everyone else is. But I'm like, you hate Pitts? Wow.
Hey, I'm glad you're coming. I can't stress enough. If you didn't come, try to. I know real life and everything
yeah.
comes into play, but
For sure.
if you've got the ability, or if the only thing holding you back was like, I'm just meeting new people's nervous, right? It kind of gets you in the nerves, and you might be a little hesitant about it. But
The best part though is
Hit us the fuck up. We'll be friendly as fuck. Come on, we got carnitas, we got bourbon, we got a shit house.
the best part if you're worried about like meeting new people, all that stuff. Like everybody eventually went there for the first time, and everybody there is meeting new people all the time. So that's the whole idea.
And Ross says Dynasty Rewind is dope. I haven't checked any of their stuff out yet. I
I've
just
seen
actually
a
met
few
them.
of it, man. I just started getting like their notification or their recommendations on YouTube, and I started tapping into them, and yeah, it was cool to meet them, man.
After talking to him, I was like, boom, subscribe.
Oh yeah,
let's go.
Mike was
I'm in.
definitely fully aboard the drink train at that point, and he was like, "Us Dynasty guys got to stick together."
We
know?
do.
And we do. We do.
The best part is I said it in the middle of like 50 redraft dudes, and they looked at me like I was crazy, and I'm like, I'll fight every one of you. Dynasty to the moon. Fuck
Yep,
your redraft.
It was
Yeah, that's me. That's me being drunk. And no, Justin, I will not stop sniping you in that league. That's my job. Need to do it.
Justin, that would be one of the dynasty strategies Adam was asking about. Don't pick the spot next to Mike, and if you do, trade away from that pick.
Get out of there. Oh yeah, made the show. We always love making the show.
Oh yeah, make the show.
All right, 1.5 point tight end premium Pitts. I don't know if that was a
Is
question.
there a follow-up question? Sorry,
Maybe.
maybe we're missing, or was that
Maybe I
in
missed some
regards
context.
to something before? I don't know.
Even in, maybe it was in regards to that trade earlier, right? Even in.
Well, if that's I mean, I don't even like. Here's the thing with Pitts. He's one of those that I don't care if it's tight end premium or not, really, because he's still such a cheat code at the position. Like, I guess maybe slight downgrade in regular tight end, like not tight end premium, but like I'm still drafting him highly, so I don't know.
Brandon fucking hit it on the head. I am pained using an Apple device. He's not fucking lying.
Listen,
the screen's blowed up. This mouse
Brandon,
is all fucked
Brandon, here's
up.
what happened, man. We had everything going right. Mike drank all the UV left in that bottle. Next thing you know, this screen's all messed up. It's a live stream, so I can't change it. He's out here. I don't even know what's happening. But yes, the answer or the response he has, Mike is paying using an Apple device. Yes, that's exactly what happened.
This thing was about that full when Adam hesitated on Mac Jones or Rashad Bateman. So this is not my fault at all. This is the hesitation's fault. This is the hesitation's fault.
This is my wife telling him to get the bigger bottle of lemonade, which he just fills with UV blue.
He's a fan of Scott Connor's 2 quarterback strategy this year, which is trade up.
Get
He
two.
wants a 2.
Listen,
2 top 8 guys.
even in best
Those
ball,
fucking everybody's gonna get 2, but 2 top 8 guys.
when we
In best ball, I'm balls deep on that strategy.
when we started doing more and more research on the best ball and spike weeks and consistent weeks, we had to be real, man. Like sometimes if you can get it for the right price, I think is the big caveat.
Yeah, I just don't want to sell like my second,
You
my
sell your
third, my
soul,
fourth.
yeah.
And I get the first, but I also have to, I trade my second, third, and fourth, and then they were like, "I'll give you a 19th and a 20th back, so we're even on picks."
Here,
Nah, I'm
here
good,
you go.
man.
You can have my waivers. Too.
I'm good. This is the best question I've seen tonight. What was the percentage of people wearing khaki shorts at the Expo?
97% from the pictures.
I was wearing khaki shorts one of the nights. You son of a bitch.
Okay, I'm glad that he said it because I was gonna say I know somebody that for damn sure was wearing like the OG khaki shorts with the cargo pockets and all that.
I think I might have bought them in like 2008.
I'm like, bro, does he have an Abercrombie shirt in there? Like, is he gonna pop the collar too? Like, what's about to happen? We got the.
Did you see the one night I had it tucked just the front, right underneath the belt buckle, so you could see it, right? Old school.
I hadn't seen a pair of those in a long time.
I was feeling like I was back in college, right? I got the UV blue, tucking it in, wearing the khaki shorts and the flip flops. Let's go.
He was getting after it.
Let's go. That's something. I would love to go to next year to the Fantasy Football Expo. Sounds like a freaking blast. Plus, I'm a fantasy degenerate. It's a riot, man. Absolute riot. I can't.
Man, you know what's crazy? I'll say this: we were there for what felt like a long time. Like I'm thinking, all right, this is a lot of time. Like there's no way we're not gonna be able to meet. Even still, like there's so much going on that, like I didn't even get to talk to everybody that I probably would have liked to, and there's so many people there and so many good people there. And then when you finally go up and shake somebody's hand, it's like, all right, you don't just have. For me and Mike anyway, it worked out to where we didn't have any like 2-3 minute conversations. Like Next thing you know, you're in a 10, 15, 20-minute conversation. You're asking about them, whether it's, actual content creation or fantasy football, them to you. Like, everybody really seemed to care, which I don't know, man. I feel like in a lot of other industries or just in the world in general, like, people don't want to see everybody succeed, and it doesn't feel like it's that way at the Expo or in the fantasy football community, period.
That was huge.
Yeah.
That was huge. I think of all the people we could have met too, if I wasn't such a little bitch, like if I wasn't so like, oh my god, that's Troy King, that's TK.
If I wasn't such a little bitch.
Oh, that's Lawrence. Like I should probably go say hi, but I'm scared. I gotta do it.
I didn't even see, where was Lawrence? When did you see Lawrence?
He was all around, man. Lawrence
Dude,
Jackson, he was around.
Yeah, I didn't see him. I would have
Especially
loved
at
to
the
have seen him
expo,
too.
like I had at the actual expo at the
the booth?
hotel.
Yeah.
Yep. He was around the NBC Sports.
Bro,
Center booth.
I literally didn't see him, man.
Yeah, and yeah, I just didn't have the balls to go up and say. But imagine next year when I get really tuned up, we'll go up and say hi to everybody.
I didn't know this part of the conversation, so here we go.
Yeah, I was kind of shy. You wouldn't think it for me, but there was a few moments where I was a little bit like hesitant and shy and
Listen,
intimidated. Let's
hey,
say that more
it's
intimidated.
all right. At that point in the night, he hadn't had enough to drink apparently. But the carnitas, listen, man.
Listen, Saturday night I
I'm
definitely
not-
didn't
I'm
have
not-
enough to drink.
I'm not going to, like, I can't hype T-Rock's carnitas up enough. They were fucking incredible, man. I was shocked.
Yeah, Saturday night I would say definitely wasn't tuned up enough. Just because it's like a $16 beer.
Well, that's
So
why
we can't get that.
That's why I went and bought Mike a double, but apparently it was too late. So
Just start off with that next time I'll go. But we'll get a little turned up next year for
Mike-
sure.
oh, we already went with that one. Damn, I
Yeah.
was looking to see what P said.
Yeah, he said my PC called. Once I'm back in Iowa.
Listen, man. Yeah, the one thing we know is maybe Mike's not ready to leave Ohio, but he is ready to get back to that damn Windows 98 computer.
Jay, man, thank you for all that, man. It was incredible getting to meet some of our patrons, some of the people that we run into. Xbox XJ, his
That
real
was
name
crazy.
is Jan.
I felt bad because he came all the way back to kick it with us, and then we're less than a half mile from the house. I was letting Mike drink doubles while I had like 2 beers and wanted to drive home safe and be cool. We're literally about to pull in the house, and a deer decides to run actually into the side of the car. So then Xbox is like seeing me all blown and like, all right, man, it was really good to meet you guys, but I'm gonna head home. So he drove from Cleveland down to the Canton Expo, south to our Airbnb, then just to go right back all the way up to South Euclid. But so I felt bad about that. But man, it was really cool meeting him. He came. He messaged you, right? And he got to see us at the actual stadium there Saturday. So
Yep.
he was a cool dude, man. And now he's in the page train. Like, man, connections were awesome that whole weekend, man. Like that experience for 3 days was really cool.
Another good one, like and not even like content creators, but running into Gump was one of the coolest things. Like,
Bro,
and that man stands out.
Dude,
stands out. But it
listen,
was so great.
I want you
like,
to think. I want you to think if you could put
you're Gump.
taller than me, and like just, dude, this is a big human that's imposing. Like, I'm like, wow, this is a big dude,
and so nice and soft spoken too.
Bro,
Like,
just chill,
like a giant teddy
just
bear.
chill. Yeah,
Just a beautiful human being, and like. I didn't even need to ask him his name. I just walked right up to him, like, "What's up, Gump?" And he's looking at me for a second. He's like, "Mike, what's up?"
Mike, what's up? Yeah, listen, there is nothing not to like about Gump except for the fact that he's a Michigan fan that lives in Columbus. I'm not sure how that works out for him, but Gump's an awesome dude, man. I love hanging out with Gump and talking with him for a little bit.
Getting to hang out with Maddie Kiwoom. You know, we did some
Well, of course,
podcasts.
yeah.
He's been on the shit show for us too.
He stayed at our place. He was with us for a lot.
Staying with us, and just the chemistry that we have just right off the jump. Jones was there too from Kiwoom and Jones, which is incredible. They brought a couple of their buddies from Boston. Maddie's buddies from Boston drove all the way. So yeah, the whole house, everything about it, getting to meet some of those, but even like, you know, the people who aren't huge in the content space, like the ones that we look at, like Maddie, up and coming, working his way up like we are. You know, we're spitballing ideas back and forth, but just the fact that we all share this same passion was so fucking incredible that you gel and you come together and you connect right off the bat. There's none of that like, oh, what do? This is your hobby, this is your shit. So
Listen, this is this is well done by a guy who doesn't live in Ohio. So he gets it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And of all the places in Ohio, too, right in the heart of OSU. So yeah, wild stuff there.
He is not fucking around, right? But what are you gonna say to him? Nothing.
Not me, not me. You're gonna have to find somebody else.
Nope. Nope. Like Michael Clark Duncan. Yep.
Dude, I love El Gancito, man. He's funny as hell.
Speaking of carnitas, best Mexican food I had in Dubuque was Fiesta Cancun, Mike. You had it before? Well, of course, man. Look at me.
Listen,
Had it all.
Mike's had a lot of the stuff over here. Okay,
All of it.
anything that's fucking over there, he's had the whole thing.
Yeah. Fiesta Cancun's good too.
Is it?
Not my spot. Los Aztecas. That's my spot. One, it's closer too. It's like closer to my house. I ain't gotta go.
What would you? What do you rate the spot out of 10?
for Mexican food?
Just out of 10. Mexican food, regular food, whatever.
Probably 8. 8.
All right, so that's pretty damn good.
I'd say Los is a 9 for me though. Something about the queso just gets to me.
It's because it's closer.
Yeah, and it's closer, and I'm fat. Next year, JB's coming.
Let's LFG, man.
Did
Dude,
you
JB,
see this
all
too?
right, so
He
look,
didn't even say I'm coming. He said JB's coming.
listen, and this is all I need to know because now I know he has the swag to come, and the fact that he's talking in the third person means that Canton's in trouble next year, y'all.
Jared Backus.
Bro, Mike's. I
You
thought,
know how
it
many-
was Mike's double that was messing him up, and then we're like, oh, okay, there's another dude named JB that's damn near the exact same name.
Got him. Got him. We got to meet him too, which is really
Yeah.
incredible. I follow him on Twitter. I followed him for a while, so I knew there was 2 slightly different names.
Okay, well, I didn't.
But he was talking about how many people would come up to him and be like, "Oh yeah, I know your stuff. You work with Ray. Destination Debbie."
Damn.
No, it's the other JB.
That'd be funny if he ever just decided.
Our
yeah,
JB.
Yeah, I'm rolling with it.
Our
Yeah,
JB.
yeah.
Yes, we need the real JB. Not the Jared Backus isn't the real JB, but we need the one we know.
Will the real JB
We
please
know.
stand up?
We know personally. Spent many late nights on with. Last question. Keep trade cut. $100 waiver claim. Did Zaxby shot Christie's? This man about fucking spit. Christie's.
Well, okay. Also, I'm trying to.
The answer is Christie's.
I'm trying to read what's going on the screen that's not blown up all the way, and golly, boy, y'all should. Let me stop, man. Not out here,
Next year, the behind the scenes DD shit show is coming.
dude. Yes,
Whoa.
Brent B. I'm gonna be honest, man. You not being here. I was really looking forward to meeting you. So we're gonna kick it hard next time.
Brandon says JB and I will look like Jordan Davis and Taekwon next to each other.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you this too. Ike is a fucking. We were talking about like playing around and having a fake interview, like pretending that Ike was Racy McMath. That was a highlight too.
I wish I would have done that.
I don't know why you didn't.
I'm a bitch. That's my problem. I'm
Fair
sorry.
enough. Fair enough.
12-man Superflex, half point PPR. What round would you sell in the startup for a 23 first round pick straight up? Asking because the trade went through in my startup leagues. 23 first for 703 in a startup. Holy,
That's accurate.
That's
Oh,
we
wait.
just did the show. That's I said probably like the 7th round is where like I'm considering pivoting it off of that pick for just a random 23 first.
So Rojo Fish, I would say this. 7th round typically when it comes to startup picks and futures in general. This is not for the 23 class. Just in general, that's about like what you would value a generic pick that has a tendency to be mid to late, right? That's kind of like the reasonable range. Now, I'll say this. 23 first right now, for whatever fucking reason, obviously, it's because they're so hyped up. I've literally traded a 23 first pick away into the 4th round because there's just so much hype around it. I think I'm still doing that. Like, if I have a contender going and it's like, depending on who's at the 703, man, there's a lot of guys there I'm cool taking. So I would do that if I knew, like, I'm contending. I'll trade my 23 first away for 703. But I'll say this, based on market, like, if you were hoarding picks and already rebuilding, like, you did pretty decent getting off that 703 for 23 first.
I think for me that's the point where we really start having a conversation. Anything earlier feels like I'm kind of just,
But
I'm good.
But can we admit that like that's you and I? A lot of people
Yeah.
I think would say that the 23 first is going higher than
For sure.
that in market.
Even a random one
Correct.
that we don't know where it's going to be.
Correct.
You're 100% right.
Because of what you can do with just the name of 23 first.
I was saying in best ball too. Like I'm almost more inclined on a contender to even trade for later round picks. Like in best ball, it becomes a little bit more like.
Well, yeah.
Like if I got to trade my 23 first away for, somebody in the ninth round.
Right, but you also tend to not just do a 1-for-1
No,
trade. You try to go
no.
ahead and give
I
them
want
the
them
whole,
all.
You give them the whole big bottle UV.
Let's go. We'll drink the whole thing. Chili Rojo, Colorado. That Fiesta is absolutely fire coming from the half bean over there. I don't think I've had it, but now that you mention it, it's going in my memory bank, and we're going to do it, right?
Yep.
Going in.
Going in.
Patty Mills just got the 106 startup in a 1 QB 20 minutes ago. What should I look to trade back or down for?
So hold up. Oh, you drew the 106. Is that what we're saying
Yeah.
here, Patty?
Yep.
Man, one quarterback. Like, I'll be honest. From a startup perspective, I don't have a ton of one quarterback experience. What should I look to trade back or down for? I think in one quarterback, Mike, like I wouldn't want to go much past late
That's a
second, third.
shitty pick for me to be in, too.
106,
Yeah. You think about it, so I'd have like JT, Swift, Najee,
right?
Pitts,
Yep.
and then it's going to be the 2 wide receivers,
Yep.
Chase and Jefferson.
But that's why it's probably
Not
But it's
necessarily
also
in
a
that
good.
order.
But it's also a good pick to trade out of though because of that.
Because there's going to be one of them.
Right. Or one of the aforementioned players of the running backs or the tight end. So
In a 1 QB, man, it's so difficult for me. Maybe second.
I think
third?
late second and early third, I'm comfortable. In one quarterback, when you take the quarterbacks out, I think going much further past that, I don't think I'd really
Starts to get
prefer
gross.
to do that in one quarterback, man.
Starts to get gross.
Yeah, I would say third round latest.
Yeah. Hey, guys, which side do you take it as Superflex? Deontay and Stafford or 23 first and Traylon?
Deontay Stafford.
Deontay and Stafford.
Well, okay, Michael, to give you like you just heard us talk about Rojo Fishes, right? So when I look at this, like Traylon and Deontay are about a round different in ADP when it comes to Superflex, right? So if you even say that whatever you want to say, even if it's a slight win to Deontay, go back to Rojo Fish's question about the 23 first and the pick, right? We're saying about the 7th.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford's a fucking third round pick. Sometimes I see him going the second. So like in Superflex, even with the elbow concerns, 23 first for Stafford, huge win there. So that's why I want the Stafford and Deontay side pretty easily, man.
Pretty much for me. And we'll end it right here on this one with our boy T-Rock, Mr. Carnitas. How many days till the 23 Expo? And my answer is too fucking many. I'm ready to do it again. Let's go.
The only way to do it is if you can go in reverse, man. Otherwise, we got like what 363 days left.
Yeah, something like that. Too damn many.
Too damn many.
That's
But
going to do it for us, fellas. And ladies, if there's any ladies tuning in, hi. I don't want to be exclusive.
Appreciate everybody tapping in, man. Yeah, the Expo was awesome. We appreciate all you guys.
Fantastic.
Content. Colossus is going to continue to come. More collabs, more connections. Crazy to say that we've only been doing content for about a year, and
Literally.
man, we appreciate everybody tapping in. And I'm telling you right now, we are going to do collabs. We're going to be pushing harder than ever to bring you all the content you want all season. Stay tuned for more updates on what we're going to be doing when the season starts.
If this was the end, like the official end of year 1, like what a way to like celebrate our 1-year anniversary, right? With the Fantasy Expo, with everything that went on.
Yeah, what a year for Mike and I to celebrate our 1-year anniversary when I ditched my wife on her 5th year anniversary to go to the Expo. So
I made you dinner tonight.
we listen, man. We need to get up out of here because this is Mike's still on this couch. I can't keep looking at this couch. I'm always gonna see this couch as a casting couch. We got to get up out of here, man.
That's gonna do it for us. We're out of here. Peace.
Peace.